the In This League Podcast Network.
What's up? What's up? Futures Game. MLB Futures Game. Kind of hanging. Let people get in here, if anybody does. But MLB Futures Game. In 2 minutes, I'm going to hang. I'm going to hang and watch some of this. Break some of this down. Maybe even work on some of my MLB draft stuff, which is tomorrow. MLB draft tomorrow. I'm pretty damn stoked. Where's my... I didn't do this. Oh, no, that's not the right one. Where's my recording? Oh, yeah, here we go. What up? Who's hanging? Say what's up. Shout out to Cousin Eddie. Cousin Eddie for the follow. Shouting people out today. All right. What's up? Dudes and dudettes, how goes to everybody on this fine Saturday? 104 degrees here in Arizona. Actually, not bad. It's 118 the other day, which is ridiculous. Did not go out to a complex league game today. Staying home because a Futures Game is here. MLB Futures Game. Let me refresh my thing. This should be starting up here. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock my time. Let's see if my broadcast is up. My plan. What's up? What's up, Luke Camp? My plan is to hang, react to these prospects, talk about any of them. Also, MLB draft questions. MLB draft is a little over 24 hours from today. Some interesting prospects. It's not as exciting as last year, but there's just a lot of depth. There's a lot of like high school upside. There's a lot of pitching. So if you've got MLB draft questions, that's all good. Futures Game, MLB draft, really whatever you want. But I'm going to be here reacting to the Futures Game, and I will also bring up this bad boy during the game. So if you're not watching, or I don't know why you wouldn't be, but maybe not MLB Network or whatever, we'll just have this ticker up here as I try to live react to some of these. Where is... here we go. Now the broadcast has started. So that's the plan. Let's do this one. Nope. Where is this one? This is the one we want. Sweet. Also say what's up. Say what's up in the chat. Talk to me. That's why I'm here, to hang and talk with you guys. So questions, chats, do your thing. Hang out on Twitch and YouTube. So appreciate you guys that are on Twitch. And if you're on Twitch, sub it up. Grab a sub. Amazon Prime for free. But whatever you got, just drop it. Let's hang. All right. AL leading up. So, okay, who do we have? I think we had J.R. Ritchie is going to be pitching for the NL. We are going to start with Max Clark, Braden Montgomery, and CJ Kafis on the AL, which is sick. On the AL pitching side, it's Parker Messick with the Guardians, going to be pitching to Owen Casey, Josue De La Pala, and Charlie Condon. I have had, funny enough, I've had personal interactions with every single starter on the NL Futures Game roster except J.R. Ritchie. So everybody in the lineup. On the AL, only 3 or 4 of them. Just like being around, talking, whatever it is. What's up, Jag? Tell me Lasorda, Jag in the house. All right, so they were going through some of the old Future Game greats. Look at there's Jonathan Mayo, Yonder Alonso, Melanie Newman. Melanie Newman, fun fact, in 2016, I believe, was the director of the Arizona Fall League, or like the media relations person, which is super fun. Wearing all white. Who are we excited about in this game, by the way? That's the big thing. They did have voting. So I will tell you, in the betting market, one of the craziest things that you can do if you just wanted to just take a couple shots is betting on, like, was it? I guess it was the All-Star one. I guess it wasn't the Futures Game. I was thinking it was the All-Star. All-Star also voting on the MVP is crazy. But like, can you imagine if you could vote on these guys here? If I had a vote, I'm going to say on the NL side, Zaire Hope in the starting lineup really stands out to me. I also think Gino Grover could be kind of a dude, but I'm going to say Zaire Hope. On the AL side, kind of look at somebody who's hitting high. I'm going to say Brasinho. We're going to go Brasinho. I'm going to say those are your champs, but curious, who are you most excited about? Who do you think is going to pop off in this game? Sometimes we get these boring ass ones, and then sometimes we get these great ones where it's just heavy offense. Richie and Messick are kind of interesting prospects in general to be starting this game. Interesting in like a low level way that I say it. They are currently previewing Leo DeVries. What is the starting lineup, by the way? NL has an infield of Connor Griffin, JJ Weatherhold, Condon, and Grover. That's pretty sick. AL, Kafis, McGonigal, Lombard, and Walcott. I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take the AL infield. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, so interviewing George Lombard. I love George Lombard. I'm just disappointed, like, how things have tapered down, but also look at Spencer Jones. I'm wilding out with Spencer Jones right now. He's ridiculous. I wish I could play this game on here, by the way. That would be great. I know you can do that on some platforms that allow you to do that. I wish we could do that here on Twitch or YouTube or whatever. I would love to be even just playing the audio on it because I'm listening to the audio in my ear. Would be kind of nice. Sorry, we're listening here. It would really be beneficial if I could put that in there. They're just yapping on with George Lombard here. Where did I say Lombard? Lombard's sitting at the bottom of the AL order. Okay, so if we pick the AL infield. If we pick an outfield, NL's got Casey, DePaula, Hope. AL is rocking Braden, Password, and Max Clark. I'll go slight edge to NL, even though I love Max Clark. And I'm kind of indifferent on the pitching. Harry Ford and Brasinho both in there. Joe Mack. It's an interesting group. You know, I'm excited to see Slade Caldwell. Give me Slade Caldwell in this. Jag, are you watching this? You going to watch the Futures Game? I've got people in here, but where is everybody? Yapping with me, talk to myself. I got to mute Reba. Sorry, Reba. Sorry, Reba. I ain't doing that. I have, let me look. For the MLB draft, I have ranked out, I got 50 prospects, and I may tomorrow, just as an FYI, I may live stream during the MLB draft. The only caveat is I may or may not be on CBS, and I don't know what that would look like. So it would either be like, if I'm not, I'll hang during the draft. If I am, maybe I stream and then, Bogman's around. I jump out when I have to do my hits or something. I'm not 100% sure how that would go if people want it, but if nobody wants it, then it's all good. But I've got 50 prospects ranked for fantasy currently with my general range And then as the draft goes on, we hear stuff, we see positional things like, we'll probably make readjustments, and I will physically be putting them on the ranks list. And then the plan would be on Monday, I would be dropping a rank update on my Patreon, inthisleague.com, and I will have the new draft prospects on my top 500 list. So that is the current plan. So if you have any questions about the MLB draft, you can ask for tomorrow. I may live stream if people want it. You can let me know if you actually want it. I'll talk about the relative range. And then on Monday on Patreon, I will drop all the draft prospects on their relative list. Yo, what's up, Q's? Yeah, Q's got an MLB.TV. So, JB, it is, if you have the package, you can watch it on the package. It's on MLB Network as well. I don't know if it's free anywhere. It's possible. Go to MLB.com if you want, and you can see sometimes they'll have like free broadcasts of some of this stuff. But MLB.com, MLB Network, I'm watching it on the MLB.TV right now. So that's where we got it. We're talking to the rosters right now. There's Marquise Grissom talking to the NL. I see Lazaro back there. CJ Kafis. And my dogs. Sebastian Walcott, I see back there. It's an interesting group. My boy, oh, Dan, what's up? That's right. You have the weird name. What's up, Dan? My boy Dennis Sidler from Sid's Graphs, I believe, unless anything changed, just did a signing with Lazaro in probably last night at the Futures Game. So if you want Lazaro stuff, be on the lookout for that. Connor Griffin, baby. That's right. So I'll also say I'm don't know if any slight delays that are going to be on. So just FYI, if you're commenting on stuff, I might be behind. I see them talking to Marquise Grissom. I see Braden on deck. Did I already miss an at-bat or something? I had to click the live on the MLB.TV. Let me move this over here. Oh, no, it's just before first pitch. Sometimes in Chrome, if you go away from tabs, then it'll set you behind. So finally worked on third try, opening it on MLB. Oh, also new prospect 1 dropping today. It was kind of like, do I stream or do I finish it? After the stream, I'm going to finish it. But Chris Clegg is on, and we're going to be talking about our essentially draft prospects pre-draft, what our top 10 first-year player looks like for next year as of pre-draft. And then we also talk about some interesting prospects for the second half. Really good episode. He spent an hour. I just got to do the open and then drop it. So it'll probably be a little bit after this. So just be on the lookout. All right, here we go. First pitch. J.R. Ritchie, Max Clark. High strike. I love Max Clark. I think Max Clark is still a top 10 prospect. I think he is a legit dude. I think people are kind of split on him. The power is always in question. But I truly think he can go the path of a Corbin Carroll. And I think he's got he's just like bigger thighs, loves to be in the weight room. Not that Corbin doesn't or anything like that. But I think there's still some potential body projection in him. I love Max Clark. Oof. J.R. Ritchie just dropped a nasty third curve. Oh, I can see this. You guys are like a couple pitches ahead on the screen here, so I'm going to try not to look at that. But that third pitch curveball was nasty. That looked like a low sinker something. I guess maybe it's a changeup. That curveball was really nasty, though. But drop them in. Anybody else? Any other prospect that you're excited to watch today? Any other prospect that you think is going to pop off? Who is the Futures Game MVP? There's a foul ball. Futures Game MVP in this. I'm going to pick one real quick. I'm going to go. Let me look at the box score. I guess I'm seeing all these pitches. This is going to be a deep at bat. Oh, this is going to change on there. Sorry. I'm going to go on the NL side. Oh, I think I said kind of Zaire Hope. Yeah, let's stick with Zaire Hope. Zaire Hope will be mine. Someone's going to throw him a high fastball, and he's going to absolutely obliterate it. That's going to be my guess. Probably Made, since I have 0 shares. Yeah, young guys in these, I'm not sure like how much he's going to thrive. There's a walk. Max Clark. J.R. Ritchie, 2.35 ERA this year. Less strikeouts than walks. That's not bad. Would you drop Shane Smith for Cantillo in Dynasty? I don't think I would, actually. Shane Smith is kind of interesting. I think he can stick in that rotation. Tell you, one White Sox I love is this guy right here is freaking Braden Montgomery. I love this kid. I think I've been one of the highest on him. And I think a lot of people didn't know what to do because of the injury and him getting traded. And I talked to him so much in camp. And if you follow my my Instagram, I think I told this on Prospect One too, but my Instagram, same as my Twitter, is at the Welsh. The Braden Montgomery, that really interesting story where he was hanging with Bo Jackson, the Bo Jackson story, where Bo pulled him aside. I was there and he was coming over talking with people. And then one of the coaches grabbed him and was like, I want you to meet somebody. And then he spent like 15 minutes in a cart with Bo Jackson. It was cool. But he just took a 3-pitch strikeout by J.R. Ritchie, who just murderballed him. That was sick. That was sick. Maybe Owen Casey carries his power streak into this one. I could see that. I could absolutely see that. All right, CJ Kafis. They're also talking. I'm listening to the audio. Oh, there's a stolen base. Max got it. Boom. Jonathan Mayo literally just asked they're interviewing Marquise Grissom, who's the manager for the NL. He asked him 2 seconds before it happened. He goes, hey, do you guys have the green light? And then Max Clark just goes as he says that. And that was a stolen base on a non-throw, I would like to point out. J.R. Ritchie was on the mound. Max, like, that's crazy. J.R. Ritchie had to just turn around and throw it, and Clark still got it. He's so freaking nasty. But I'm trying, like, kind of attempting to listen a little bit to what Marquise is saying, but that was disgusting by Max Clark. Looks like he wants to steal third. Kafis just took I guess that was whatever you guys are seeing as like his first pitch. Joe McDaddy or Carter Jensen. Who do we see in MLB first? Ooh, I think we'll see Joe Mac first. I definitely think it'll be Joe Mac before our boy Carter Jensen, but I would take Carter Jensen over him. Hello, everyday, regular, normal guy. Me, mother. I'm just a regular, everyday, normal guy. There's a hit to first. Easy coverage by Charlie Condon playing first. Condon out here in Arizona, he did that. He was playing left field, and then he played some first base. I will tell you right now, 2 months ago, had you asked me, will Charlie Condon be playing in the Futures Game? I'd have said, hell no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. And he has just turned it around, and he looks like a different guy right now. He couldn't hit off-speed stuff, so it's crazy. Here comes the password. By the way, I didn't even recognize it. Shout out to Britton, my boy Britton Allen in the house. That was the question. Very famous Britton Allen. All right, J.R. Ritchie versus the password. I refuse to say his first name because I'll butcher it. I like watching J.R. Ritchie here. They're kind of talking about that on the broadcast right now. He's a little bit over the place, but the pitch mix is good. It looks like 4 different offerings. What's his third pitch? Yeah, this just looks like a slider again, a light slider. It's really interesting. Every day. Da-da-da. I'm just trying not to look at that pitch thing, so I see what happens. There we go. That's a better way to do it. I'm just a regular, everyday, normal guy. How's this? Is the stream holding up well? My little Twitch thing was doing little twirlies. Anybody let me know. Does the stream look clean and holding? Where does my boy Summerhill go? Brendan Summerhill. Lot of comps are putting him to the A's. He's really interesting. You know, the episode I'm going to drop tomorrow. Okay, it's all good. Sweet. I just want to make sure there's no like little twirlies or anything. The episode I'm going to drop, not tomorrow, but I'm going to drop today with Clegg. Clegg is really high on Summerhill. I'm not from a power projection standpoint. There's just no, it doesn't look like there's any power in there. He can hit. There's good speed. Like all those things are solid. But from a fantasy projection standpoint, like I don't know what I want my investment to be on a guy like that. So I think he's going to go mid-teens. You actually didn't ask for fantasy, but I think the A's make some sense. That's where every mock has him right now. Looks like a lock top 20 guy. I think he's available. Oof. Richie just killed him with an outside slider. That was nasty. I think the Summerhill bet might be out there where you can bet on the draft market and you can pick on some draft spots like positional, like this guy will not go past, pick 13 or whatever. I want to say Summerhill is on that and it's like 16 and a half. Now I'm going to go look. The problem with the draft market on like DK is I think the top 4 is pretty locked. The only market to me to bet is this third pick. And I just don't know if I want to do it because I think it's like, let me look at it, see if it's changed. MLB draft. Here we go. So yeah, it's minus money for Cade Anderson. Nah. Second pick, Liam Doyle, minus 200. Nah. Fourth pick, Ethan Holliday's the worst odds because it's going to happen. And these are about the same still. Seth Hernandez is plus 130. Iva Arquette is 165. If I were making a bet, I would bet on Seth Hernandez to go 2. But my whole point of this was after that, you can only do draft positions. So let me see if Summerhill is on here because I thought he was. He's not. Did they take him off? Okay, so never mind. You can't bet him. Let me see. Is he under draft matchups? Oh, yeah, there is a bet here. First to be drafted, Brendan Summerhill or Gavin Keyline. And Keyline is minus 300 for it. So, and Keyline is like a 15 overall. Every mock has got Summerhill, like I said, 16, 17. I think he's good. I think the A's are a pretty interesting one. We could pull, if we get into a draft talk, we could pull up one of the mock drafts, but let me look at the draft order again, just to remind myself. MLB. I guess there's an argument to be said, maybe the Diamondbacks could look at him if they don't want to go with their normal guys. Our game's back on. Parker Messick versus, who the hell is this? Oh, JJ Weatherholt. Looking at this. A's are 11. Parker Messick is just throwing shit in the ground. Who are some fits here? Maybe the Rays, but I don't know if the Rays want to just have all the same type of players. Like you see like Jake Mangum and Chandler Simpson. I guess you would just say like from a prototypical standpoint. JJ Weatherholt just got into one. JJ's going 3. Oh, he stuck 2. He just smashed one to the wall, and that bad boy hit right under the wall and bounced that. Beautiful double for Weatherholt off of Parker Messick. Big JJ Weatherholt fan. Big JJ Weatherholt fan. Lefty on lefty. inside, takes it opposite field. Absolutely gorgeous hitting. That's why this dude is a dude. That's why he plays dude territory. All right, this is this is big one. Connor Griffin. We're locking in here. First pitch swinging, ground out to Sebastian Walcott. He's out. Damn it. Big boy Connor Griffin, my boy, rocking the stash, rocking the stash I had for opening day last year. Where it was just like this, just not a good stash. Like that. That's a better representation of what I had. It's not good. Lazaro Montes is who to watch. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think they said he hit. Here's Owen Casey. He hit one. I know Clegg said he hit one further than he'd ever seen hit. Just absolutely just ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous power. All right, so we're looking Parker Messick wearing the captain's hat. The Futures Game logo is pretty sick. Pretty sick. I will tell everybody, I'm going to pop out the Twitch chat over on the corner. So if I'm slow to response, it'll be because you're on YouTube. I will be quicker on Twitch, just FYI, just based on not having things ruined for me. And I can pop out the Twitch chat here. And if you guys are hanging, grab a Twitch sub. Amazon Prime, you can do it for absolutely free $99. Get a free sub, gets rid of the ads, supports any of the stuff that I do, of course. Do it here on Twitch. You can do it for free, or you can just pick one up. Appreciate you when you do that. And we're not on the level to really do anything on YouTube yet. So follow on YouTube, youtube.com/inthisleague. Just give follows there. Shout y'all out for doing anything. Parker Messick, nasty little sweeper across the zone. How cool does that have to be like JJ Weatherholt and Chipper Jones as your manager, or, part of your coaching staff? Ooh, bad call outside the zone. I think you guys can probably saw that on the pitch meter. Woof. No, he's not. Agreed. Boston Smith Jr. Are you talking out of the draft? One and a inch and a half off the plate. Oh, I forgot they had the challenge system. Challenge, boom. That's why we were looking at that. Beautiful. I don't like any catcher, so that's the rub. I like no catchers ever. Big anti-catcher guy. So if you're a catcher, I will instantly dislike you. Every mock has the Diamondbacks taking Caden Bonine. No thanks. No thank you. Here's Charlie. Ground out to Sebastian Walcott. And they couldn't turn two. Whoa. Walcott at third, by the way, very telling too, that they wanted to do that stuff. That'll be the future spot once they give up completely on Josh Young. Once Josh Young is just completely done, and obviously Walcott can't play short because of Corey Seager. You're going to see Walcott as a third baseman. Pico Cone is the best lefty arm in the draft. All right. Thank you, Uncle Ted. Anthony Ianson is the best right-handed pitcher in the draft. Yeah, absolutely not on either, but right on. Zaire Hope. Here's my dude. Just meatball slider down the middle. Meatball freaking slider. Boof. Boof. Whoa. Zaire just flipped his bat completely. I mean, the more I think about it, like Parker Messick is someone that's going to screw with Zaire Hope a little bit. Zaire Hope is like, give me fastballs. Let me crush let me crush these fastballs. AFL, we saw that he had some struggles against like off-speed stuff. So not completely surprised there. Ooh. Tim Hudson almost getting hit by a bat. Look at this. Andrew Jones, Tim Hudson, all those dudes sitting there. Don't give Zaire a fastball in the zone. I kind of did. It was a little bit outside the zone, but I don't know. It seemed hittable. That was pretty nasty of Parker Messick. All right, hat tip to Messick for getting out of that. Hat tip to Messick. So back on the prospect one thing. It is interesting. One thing we'll talk about, me and Clegg, is how different the draft boards look for everybody. Me and Clegg's top 10 is so different. I've never seen anything like that before. There's always a difference. Like, you know, it'd be like, hey, we got the same top 5. And then like, there's a dude, you know, that none of us have in the top 15 that's in your top 10. Like, that's not uncommon, but I'm talking like wildly different names just across the board. It's pretty crazy. And I think it's going to keep like that because, you know, it's high school shortstops. The college class kind of stinks. I think there's some unknownness. I think how teams decide to, you know, market or invest in some of these guys might be telling. You know, I always think back, it's not a 1-for-1 at all, but I always think back to like the love that we had for Khalil Watson, not Xavier, for Khalil Watson. And then, you know, he dropped and we were like, yo, what happened? And it was like, oh, you know, the hit tool was such a bigger question than us on the outside really had any understanding of. And I think that can be telling here. That can be telling of like, because and this is where I'm going with it, because the college crop of hitters is so bad that it's like, if you see these shortstops go high, maybe that will be more telling of the talent pool. But if you see them drop, I mean, now there could also be manipulation where teams are like, you know, hey, we'll sign you to an overslot. We're going to take a college guy high, and that might not mean anything. But my point really is that, like, you know, where some of these guys go and how they're drafted might be telling of some of the talent pool. Same as Gage Wood. You know, where Gage Wood goes could be very telling of his current status on injuries, or where teams are long-term on injuries because his talent. So I'm pretty intrigued by it. I think there's still a lot of room for volatility on changing the ranks, but we'll see. All right, we are back, and we got Jonah Tong. Hell yes. Jonah Tong versus Harry Ford, baby. My leagues love the high school shortstops. There's so many of them. I have a couple favorites that are not. Oh, we got an easy challenge here. Sorry. Tong just absolutely pumped one in the zone. This umpire's just getting shown up. This is what I love about this system. These umpires get shown just how bad they are already once, and now we are going to get, yep, you suck. That couldn't be more in the zone, dude. More than half the baseball's in the zone. Overturned. Yeah, I've got a couple of the shortstops that I'm like really in love with. Love, quote, that are not Ethan Holiday. There's like 3 of them come to mind that like I want to have investment in. But the thing is pinning the type of leagues that you're in, you might have where everyone just says, screw it, and just drafts all of them high. Or if people are trying to follow trends and maybe college, and you know how last year the college guys moved up so much and people push that there could be some really, really nice value later because of a lot of these high school shortstops. So I just don't think any first-year player, at least like at this moment right now, I don't think any first-year player has like a model of what it's going to look like. I think it's going to be chaos. All right, we got a 1-2 count. Jonah Tong, Harry Ford. Jonah Tong, his over upright delivery. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball low in the zone, missed. It was a good pitch. It was a damn good pitch. My boy Gino, they're showing. All right, Tong 2-2. Beautiful looking slider, but foul ball. Seeing this too, Tong looks even a little bigger than I feel like in some of the last stuff I saw. Might be camera angles and stuff like that, but over upright delivery, some questions about long-term sustainability for a pitcher. Let's see what he goes with here. I'd like to see like a high fastball. Nope. Absolutely gorgeous curveball, but just misses on the inside. 1.83 ERA on the season. Sub-1 whip. 125 strikeouts over 35 walks. Ridiculous. Up to AA. Guess I won't see him in the fall league. Would have loved to. Oh! Disgusting. Go and clip that, baby. 4 does stink, but Lincecum. Zach Root is better than Gage. Are you just hot taking machine in here, Ted? You're doing what you do with Bubba? Just come in here and just drop all your hot takes. Tong does have a Lincecum estimate, but that curveball, if you just saw it, was just ridiculous. Here's Josue Brasino, Triple Crown winner from the Arizona Fall League. Has not become what's his face that everybody got on me about when I loved Brasino, that I was wrong about the year before. The Padres who traded the Marlins. I'm forgetting the outfielder. Dude. Tom just threw this changeup that just rode on the inside, almost touched the corner. That was sick. Gorgeous fastball low in the zone. I love it. Why do I have a feeling that Jace is going to be a Brewer and going to be a beast with them? Who? We're all over the place. So I got lost. Brasino 2-2. 2-2-2-2. See this pitch. Tong loves throwing that curveball in those 2-2 counts. What I would like to see here is I'd like to see that change up on that inside corner that he threw again. I'm going to guess. I think it's probably going to be a fastball. My guess is going to be, let's do a change up low in the zone on the inside. Fastball low on the outside. So gorgeous play by Connor Griffin, by the way. Oh yeah. Yeah. Jace LaViolette. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm going to be the highest on LaViolette than anybody. I had him at top 4 in my first year player. I moved him down a little bit, but I called him, he's kind of like a Cags Light. He's a little Cags Light in that huge, big power. He's got some big swing and miss problems, like big. I got the data. Sliders are a problem. One of the worst K percentages of the high college bats, low contact rates, but also like how much of that could be also relative to the injury. So talent versus the risks and stuff like that. Sebastian Walcott's up 1-0 count. Disgusting. Byron Buxton just hit a homer to complete a cycle. I saw he hit the homer. Was that for the cycle? Dude. I love Buxton. I love Bucky so much. That guy's, he's just the best. Dude, they got a tap. Oh, no, they called that a strike. Okay. 2-1 count, 95 right on the corner for Tong. Tong is painting some corners, man. Walcott's just got some big swing and miss issues, but he's just like insane talent. He's looking for off-speed stuff because he just took another 95 right on the outside-ish corner. So what I would love here is you probably throw like a slider on the outside because it's going to look like a fastball. No, fastball inside, but he gets a ground out. So that was a clean-ass inning from Tong, man. Yeah, I mean, I think LaViolette is one of the most interesting of all the guys. out there. You could go either way. You could go, I think, a ton of different ways. And I think a lot of people are going to just shy away from him in first-year player drafts. I love having a back end first-round pick. If you could trade out of like having the third pick for getting like 10 and 11, I don't hate that at all, because you're trading away pitching at the top. And then if you were able to get like one of the shortstops, I don't know if you can get JoJo Parker, but like JoJo Parker and Lavalette, I love it. Yeah, Coldrake is also not the best lefty in MLB. So I actually like Andrew Fisher. Seen some stuff on him with the Diamondbacks, which I'm not sure if I would love. But if the Diamondbacks were to kind of think of like what they would do at, like what shortstop would you need to overpay to then need to go college, or you do the inverse, you go college at 18 to overpay a shortstop a little bit later. It doesn't matter. It can go either way, but like what shortstops are going to fall out of that range? I think you need to go ahead. So are there more comments over on YouTube? Should I switch over? Oh, sorry. No, JB, I didn't even see that. No, actually I have I'm switching between, I have the Twitch chat out. So that's my number one thing. This is if I scroll over, I'll see some of the YouTube ones, but who's going to win the home run derby by JB? I think it's open, but I'm going to say Oneil Cruz. As long as he makes contact, that's going to be my guess. Who is your guys' guess? We have Sanjinte versus Jesus Made. This is a great at bat. This is a really good at bat. I want to see him switch over too. All right, Made is an 89 slider on the outside. Made's just an interesting athlete too, dude. Who is your guys' home run derby pick? Because I legitimately feel like, go and look at that pitch. Sanjinte just dropped a high, I'm guessing it was a little like sweepy slider, it looked like, up in the zone, and homeboy didn't know what to do with it. Jesus Mate was buckled. Brendan says, I'm taking Caminero. JB's, I took Caminero with 34. Now, you guys betting on it? See, my only worry with my guy, with Oneil Cruz, is that like, if he struggles on any of the consistency, he's going to fail, but like he's easy power. I'm going to look at the odds here. Oh, it's still not out, is it? Yo, why is it not out? They're offering, DK is offering, am I taking crazy pills? DK is offering boosts on the home run derby, yet it doesn't have the home run derby home run stuff out. They want to see these guys hit BP and stuff before they start putting odds out. You scumbags. Yeah, I'm just looking here. I mean, you guys do whatever you want, but yeah, I just think it can go like James Wood. James Wood, I think, might be the most interesting too, because like he has all fields power, but I don't know if he's going to pull enough. And I'm worried, like, even though his power is so ridiculous, that if he starts to he'll either do something unnatural, which is going heavy pull, or he's going to lose some power, just kind of just barreling without pulling. So I move away from him. Hometown boy, Matt Olson, definitely knows the ballpark. I think Caminero and the stamina maybe, but I keep going back to Oneil Cruz. I just think like he flicks the wrist and that ball's going to fly. So that's my pick. That's my pick. All right, 1-2 on my boy Gino Grover. And Sanjinte did switch hands. 99. 99 on the corner, just missed. Oof. This is why, let me get this picture. Oh, Gino's on base. He just chopped one up, and Sanjay tried to like catch it backwards and fell. I always thought that Durangelo would be a reliever because of what he can do going back and forth, and also like in shorter stints, like he could pump that up to 99. But the value of having that across the game, he's just kind of two-ish different pitchers on both sides, and it's like, how long can that hold up? And are you comfortable with the stuff, or do you just say like this is a 2-inning reliever, an elite 2-inning reliever that maybe can close games? I don't know. He just switched gloves. He's a dude. I think Caminero and Olsen, because they love launch angle and fly balls. Yeah, 100%. Our league does a donation to the charity for the winner. Oh, that's super cool. We got Joe Mack up. Yeah, once the odds are out, I thought I saw the odds somewhere too. So this is like blowing my mind. Oh, duh, it's right there. Yeah, that's stupid. Okay. Never mind. O'Neill Cruz is the favorite. I didn't realize that. Cal Raleigh, 320. James Wood, 500. Olsen, 7. I mean, Caminero is the best odds at 11-1. Buxton, Rooker, Jazz. I mean, Cal Raleigh is pretty tough to go against, too. I don't know. I don't know if I can jump into... Oh, you can pick... Oh, that's cool. You can pick guys being finalists. What's the semifinals? You can also pick guys to make the semifinals. And distance. Distance of longest home run, 479.5. And then who hits the longest homer? I mean, O'Neill Cruz at 145 is probably... I might make that bet alone of who's going to hit the longest homer. What do you guys think? Over any homer over 480? 480, yay or nay? I want to say yes with Cruz in it. I feel like Cruz is going to hit 500. That's just what he does. I remember watching O'Neill Cruz in the AFL, just kind of a different guy. He was with the Pirates during a BP session. Just freak stuff. Just, it's loud. It's insane. He's a whole nother beast, man. Okay, so you're with it? I don't hate that bet. Okay. Check this out. Here's a bet. Is that real? Will the home run derby distance record be broken? The record is 521 feet. You get 18-1 odds if you say yes. Minus 10,000 for no. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. All right, they're on commercial. You say no on that? Okay. It's a fun bet, but it's one of those, again, I think only Cruz is the only one that can do it. I mean, I'd say, I guess, supposed to some of these other guys can do it, but I don't know. It's just a really interesting market. I mean, let's go back to the... Oh, you can play exactos too. So if you like, let's do an exacto here. Check this out. If you like Junior Caminero to beat O'Neill Cruz or Cal Raleigh, you can get that 40-1 right now. If you're a Junior Caminero guy. What's the best odds? The best odds, you can get 80-1 for Junior Caminero to beat Jazz Chisholm. So really, if you wanted to play exactos, I mean, every one of your junior Caminero bets is sick. Like, why not just put $10 on every single one of them, right? The payout's tremendous on you could do every single combination, and it's phenomenal. Or I guess, are they not giving you every single one? They give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah, no, they do. They give you every combination. It's starting at like 40 to 1. Why not bet every single one of them? What's up, Barrow? Welsh on the weekend right now. Yeah, we're slow turnout day, so I don't know if I'll be doing too much longer. We're watching the Futures game. Any draft questions? I might stream tomorrow if people want it. I mean, I sprung everything on everybody, so it's all good. So we'll see. We got Thomas White pitching against George Lombard right now, and Durangelo being interviewed. Let's listen to Durangelo for a second. They're talking about, of course, they're talking about the switch pitchy thing here. Thomas White, pretty kind of underrated and nasty, by the way. Cruz might not hit a homer in the first 10 pitch. Yeah, I know, that's the problem. And then just quit and catch an Uber to Buckhead. I know. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I mean, if I'm putting my actual money on it, I'm really torn on what I would take. I think you might be better set doing something like do like a Cal Raleigh and maybe a Matt Olson together, or Cal Raleigh and Junior, just kind of hedge a tiny bit. You know, then your Cal Raleigh, if you do the same unit size, then it's like your Cal Raleigh becomes 2 to 1, and then you're hedging to get another guy. That might be what I do. But my favorite of all of these really legitimately might just be distance, like person to hit the farthest, O'Neal Cruz. He hits 515 and then it's out. Van Rod in the house. What's up, Van Rod? Van Rod on YouTube too? What are you doing? Not watching on Twitch? Trade Weatherholt, Quinn, and Herrera for Joe Ryan and Griffin Jacks, then draft? Absolutely not. Cardinals would never do that in any world would that happen. Mainly because of Herrera, to be honest with you. No chance. Lombard got on, stole a base. We got Lombard versus Max Clark. Van Ride, perfect timing too, by the way, for Yankee getting on. All right, 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball up high. Yeah, these guys they're talking about how aggressive everybody's being, and they're swinging 3-0, and it's just going hyper aggressive time, baby. JB, also a Yankee fan. Oh, that was a strike. Dude, this ump is pissing me off. He just sat there for like 3 seconds. Max Clark legitimately might be like I think Connor Griffin is the next iteration of like the top prospect. Griffin, McGonigal are in it, but I think Max Clark belongs in there as well. I just love Max as he's going to get safe here. Beautiful. Punches one kind of weak up the middle, but gets on base. He moves Lombard to third. First, third, 1 out. And I don't remember who the hell comes up after Max Clark. We're going to see. Oh, Braden Montgomery, who did not look good in his last at bat. Concase, that's right. Yeah, you guys also, the names always get me. Concase, what's up, dude? Ooh, Braden took a fastball. No runs, top of the third. All pitching. This is an opportunity. Thomas White. He's a dude, though. Oof. But he doesn't look great right now. Really bad command issues. all over the place. .261, 11 homers. Here's the pitch. Ooh, chops one to first. They took the run. Little fielder's choice. I guess that's just not, yeah. Bazana, he played today. He's out here in Arizona, Britton. I saw Bazana a couple days ago, my best bud. I saw him. I can tell this story. I talked with Bazana for like 10 minutes about the draft and Iva Arquette. I'm going to talk about it on the Prospect One recording I'm going to do as soon as I end this and post it. But yeah, he's rehabbing out here in Arizona. He started last Saturday playing the field and DHing. He looks like, I think he's gone after today, to be honest with you. We were told, here's Kafis, by the way, speaking of Guardians. We're told that he could be here for a week or two last week. So I don't know what the parameters are, but you know, he's in the field. He's playing full games. He's hitting. He had an RBI single against Noah Syndergaard, which I tweeted out. I honestly think like he takes a plane after today, travels out, gets back to AA, and he's back next week, but he might play a couple more games. I think AFL is pretty likely with the time missed. He missed 2 months. I could maybe see him not wanting to do it. You never know though. Maybe he needs a mental break or something, but I think that's a guy they want to help them next season. Like the beginning of break camp with the team. So you got to be hyper aggressive. So that's why I think he is like an absolute no-brain AFL guy that we're going to see this year. Super nice kid, super nice guy. And it was an accident that me and him were walking together too. We were just walking next to each other and I just decided to ask him about Iva. And then we walked together to each other's cars and we stood there and talked. And it was a very cool conversation, but I'll go into more detail on Prospect One. There's a walk. Thomas White. Doesn't look good. We're closing in. I'm getting kind of excited about we're getting like AFL-ish time. We're not like old days. We might get some rosters in July. We probably won't get these until late September, but probably start getting rumors and we can kind of start figuring out who's going to be. That's why Bazana makes sense. It's, the first math is players that missed significant time. And then the other math is like, you don't see AAA guys anymore. So if they get to AAA, it's probably not quite likely unless they get to it in August. But if you have these guys that are in like, high A that push to AA or low A, they get to high A, those are possibilities. So I love doing the speculation. That's one of my favorite. I got to talk to you about that dog. I've got it waiting for you, Chad. I got it, brother. I think it's right in a little thing over there. I'd also send it to you. I think we were waiting to see if you were coming. I don't remember what our conversation was, but I'll send it to you if you want, if you're not coming up. Did you say you're doing a FYPD episode soon? Yeah, it's already recorded. So it's a pseudo FYPD episode. So me and Chris Clegg recorded. We're doing our top 10 pre-draft, what the first year player looks like. And we do a little bit of other stuff, but we'll give you what our top 10 guys look like before the draft. You're talking to people, I'm doing analysis to this minute. We're going to see what happens in the draft. So I think it's going to be roughly the same-ish, but I will hopefully post that here soon. Cause I'm probably going to get off here shortly. Cause, we're doing decent, but we're chilling. You guys can watch the game. We got an hour. Hoping to get some action in here. Looks like Twitch has died off. We got some YouTube guys, but we'll probably end here shortly, and then I will finish up that episode and post. So you're dang right, man. Here's the password. 2 outs, 2 on. The password. After the draft, will you do for oh yeah. You must have missed that earlier. So I might do a stream tomorrow during the draft. It's contingent on a couple things like, will it be worth the time to do? If I'm doing CBS, we'll see. It's been decent before. I'm trying to get the Twitch back up. I'm consistent, so like kind of consistent as a general, so that's hurting me. But besides the point of any of that, because I would be on FYPD during it, my plan is on Monday, latest Tuesday morning, I will have moved all of my first year player guys to the prospect list, and then I will make the post. That'll be the July update. So like Tuesday morning at the absolute latest, but I'm shooting for Monday afternoon that I will have a that's a nasty pitch, an update on Patreon inthisleague.com for my ranks, because I rank 50 guys right now. So, but I got some guys in the 30s I need to make some moves on that I think I was a little low on. So I'm probably going to work on that today. And then if I do a stream tomorrow, I might even have like an updated list that I throw at everybody's way. We'll see. Would love that. I have 2 leagues where we draft one player right after the draft. Oh, really? Okay. Well, what pick will you have? Do you know? Van Rod. Look at Van Rod. Back over on Twitch. Follow Van Rod. Van Rod _ if you like scary games, which I do for streams. Thank you, Van Rod. Thank you for sharing some bits. You the GOAT. But yeah, JV, do you know where you'll pick? Because I'm curious, because I do think, well, depends if you like pitching or not, but there's some sneaky spots in this draft with some sneaky players. It is wild too, by the way, when you guys see the difference that me and Clegg have in our top 10. I was just blown away. I think we had 4, maybe 5 guys that are not in the same rank. I don't think we had a singular player in the same spot. And I think we only had 4 or 5 guys in the same top 10. So imagine now jumping that up into like the top 20, how things change. Looks like 6 and 10 or 11. 6 and 10 or 11. So you'll have 2 picks. All right. So that could get you Eli Willits or Jace LaViolette. If you want a pitcher, Gage Wood or Jamie Arnold. There's a lot of options in there. I have at 6 Eli Willits, and I have at 10 LaViolette. So both those dudes would be pretty damn good picks. Brady House Homer. Not pitching. Okay, yeah, so then you go with those 2 guys. Ike Irish is another really interesting one. You want high school. Gavin Fiends is cool. Xavier Nayans. You probably don't want a Boston prospect, so you're probably not going to want Gavin Keyline. All right, I think this will be the last half inning that I hang here. Just FYI. So any other questions, feel free to drop them, as we got JJ Weatherholt coming up here against Trey Savage. Nasty. I love this one. Savage is a sicko. Look at this if you're watching, look at this just overhand, aggressive, just absolute extension. Let's look at this thing. I guess extension is not the right word for the overhand top, but he's got this fastball slider combo. We might see him in the majors this year. He's nasty. JJ, thanks. I'm out too. You the best. You bet, man. But yeah, look out for the ranks list. You can kind of go through it, but those are just some initial names. Van Rod, do you think Savage comes up next year? Yeah, absolutely. I think he's a possibility. I legitimately believe the Blue Jays when they said he's a possibility this year. I really do. Did he go? Oh. So this is a cool thing they got going on. Savage just ate up Weatherholt on a splitter, and they've got Sebastian Walcott, who's in the field, mic'd up talking. This is actually pretty fun. But yes, I think Savage absolutely could be an option this year. So by virtue of that, next year, I do think he's a guy that could break camp with the team. The question is these guys that throw kind of overhand and like sustainability and how long that they can hang. So wait, hold on. What is this? So look at this. Here's another thing. Savage came in for one batter, 4 pitches, but they had Walcott coming in and he said, hey, why don't you remind everybody that you're mic'd up, because he was coming up with the boys. So it doesn't necessarily mean anything. But teams will they'll come in and they'll be like, hey, we don't want you to throw a bunch. So Andrew Painter, we don't want him to throw. Bubba Chandler, like, hey, maybe take a break. Savage is interesting, where they could have been like, we'll allow you to have one batter. You can do it like one nice at bat because they want to save that arm. That's like one of those little tiny baby things. Like, yeah, there you go. Like they clearly, like, they babied him. He got to be a part of it, but bigger things are in the future. Look out for September that Savage comes up. I definitely think we could see him. I mean, Splitter's disgusting. Sicko stuff. Of course, I'm like, hey, we're going to leave after this half inning, and then I go to a commercial. By the way, has anyone seen the new Superman? I'm a Marvel guy, so I see everything Marvel immediately, but I don't have tickets to Superman. But I'm hearing or seeing and hearing that people are liking it. Should I go see it? You know why I didn't go see it yesterday? I haven't, but I heard it's good. I didn't go see it yesterday. I also didn't get Prospect One done yesterday because I did something I haven't done in forever. And like I wanted to do it today, but it's always money. But I played poker. And if people don't know, probably anybody in here, unless Jag is still in here, don't really know. I used to like play poker, like play poker, like a pseudo living for a year or two. I love poker. I'm pretty good at it. And I went and played in a tournament yesterday. It was so much fun. And they've got a tournament next month. It's called the Arizona Poker State Championship, but it's like $1,000 buy-in. So unless I decide to do an entry sub stream to do it, I don't know if I'll play in it. Didn't win it. I played good, but I had one hand I keep thinking about that I misplayed so bad. It's not so bad, but if you're a poker person, I folded aces, not pre-flop, but I folded aces, and I would have turned a full house and knocked out multiple people. And eventually the guy I would have knocked out in that hand was the guy that ended up knocking me out later. So it's one of those things, but I played so well, except this one hand that I keep thinking about. And I love me some poker. And I should just play poker on here. You can play poker on Twitch. I can do it on YouTube. I love poker. All right, George Klassen is in for the Angels. Another guy we could see this year. What is their scouting report? 4-seam ride, 2-seam sink, couple breaking pitches. The American way is getting, I'm actually wearing a Superman shirt today. Ideal. Oh, do you really, Barrow? I didn't know that. You're going on Tuesday? Yeah, it was so good to be back in a poker room and get the dust off. I played some hands just fantastic. It was just this one hand. And what it was I had pocket aces and call, raise, I re-raise, fold, call. I'm second position. Flop comes 8, queen. Mind you, by the way, 10 hands prior, I had an ace king and a guy called me with a queen 6 on a raise and flopped queens, 2 queens. And played it down. I hit a king and blah, blah, blah. So it's in my mind a little bit. First position guy immediately goes all in. And it's like 4,000. I probably have like, call it 9,000. And I've got this guy behind me who hit me with the queens before and is crazy. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, and there's 2 diamonds on the board. I'm like, I have pocket aces, 1 all in, queens on the board. I'm just like, I should have gambled, and I fold the queens. Guy over here calls. They both turn over, flush draws. It turns the ace of diamonds, which got Mia, would have had Mia have a full house, and they both hit their flushes, and I knock both their asses out. And I was sick to my stomach that I didn't do it. And that kind of stayed with me. That would have been like one of those things. I'd have had so many, it would have been a definer. It was crazy. So it was stupid. But yeah, Jags. Welsh was the bomb. You don't actually know, but I appreciate the Phantoms reference. But the Arizona Poker State Championship is a $2 million prize pool. And it's 4 day ones. It's like a mini World Series of Poker, but it's like a grand. So I need to find a backer, or I need to like do a 24-hour stream to raise the money to justify doing that with kids. Connor Griffin. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Nasty chopper hit. He just hits to third base, kind of dies, and he absolutely shows off the freaking wheels and gets on safe. That was beautiful. I'll say 2 bad swings. His swings have not been good, but he shut off those wheels, dude. Yeah, I had some good hands, dude. I had one. In the position, I played a 5-7 raise to try to buy the blinds, and these two, just everyone was calling. 2 guys called me, and I flopped the straight, and I played it into them. I tried to buy the blinds with an ace-2 diamonds. I flopped the flush. I had another pocket aces that did hold up and knocked the guy out a little bit later. And then I just got kind of like blinded down. And that guy, the end, I have like 9,000 left. The blinds are 1,200. I raise, Connor Griffin's out. I raise one up. I just double the blinds. Guy calls. It comes 9, 10, 8. I push all in with ace 10. He calls me with he had I think a 9 and a draw, and he rivered the straight, and I was like, okie dokie, so not much I can do there, but my reads were good, which was the key. Is the key. But that's why I'll need to find a nice backer. Connor Griffin slid so fast, by the way. Into second, he just flew off the bag and he got out. So George Klassen, 2-1 count. Owen Casey, who we might see in the majors very, very soon, if you guys want to pick him up. George Klassen, 99 on the inside. That is pretty good. 40 an hour. Oh, you do it for your brother's game. That's cool, Barrow. Walked Owen Casey. All right, we're going to get one more. It's never going to end. Soto bomb, I see. Ritter bomb, too. Looking in our group me rooms, we got the bomb reports. Dude, Special Walcott's been mic'd up for like 20 minutes. It's crazy. Why hasn't anyone written Rounders 2? Worm and Mike make back together. I don't know. I gotta be honest with you. Like, did Norton's character, did he die at the end? Was there some? I'm completely forgetting. I've watched that movie a bunch of times, but I'm having this complete forget of what happened with Norton's character. There's kind of a resurgent like poker boom going on. That would be Rounders 2 would be really great to see, but it would be just a completely different movie with how poker is now. Great movie though. All right, 1-2 count. Charlie Condon's up. If you want Condon out, you throw sliders on the outside. Mike left Worm in the parking lot after they got beat up by the cops. Yeah. I remember like the parking lot scene, but that's where my brain was gone. I couldn't remember what happened after that. Fastball up the middle. There's the out. All right. Yeah, I would be very much for a Rounders, but like I'm I'm biased. I like poker. The movie is phenomenal. I think it's one of those movies, even if you weren't a poker fan, you could get into, but that would be amazing. All right, friends, there we go. An hour of hanging, hour 15, hanging, talking and watching the Futures Game. That's it. Not much offense, unfortunately. 1-0. We got to see multiple at bats. I mean, because guys like Clark and Connor Griffin should probably be taken out of the game, but there's going to be some really good guys coming in, so that would be pretty fun. But Futures Game in the books. You should open it up to some staking, and whoever contributes the most, Bogman will let them stay at his house. 100%. That's how we do it. 100%. Yeah, I got to figure out if it's worth doing that. I kind of think there would be some good content in there because, again, there's 4-day ones. So, like, you pick the day. I go on Wednesday. And then you wait. If you survive the day, you wait, and then you come back on Saturday, and then there's a Sunday, and then the finals, I think, are on Monday. It's this crazy tournament. It's going to have thousands of people. It's multi-million-dollar. There's some potential really good content, unless I'm a big pile of garbage and I get eliminated immediately. That's not going to be great content. But and theoretically, could do a lot of good, fun stuff with it, but I don't know. Haven't built up the Twitch enough to do any fun things, but if I can figure it out, I'm open to it. I do think it would be pretty fun, whether it's staking or doing like some marathon streams and then creating some content out of it. That'd be pretty badass. But friends, that is all that we have. Little Saturday action. Keep it locked. I'm uncertain. I'm mainly uncertain right now about the draft because I'm waiting on CBS. If CBS is going to need me for a whole bunch, I don't know if I can. If it's manageable or they don't, then I will probably do a live stream during the draft, hang out. It'll be Twitch and YouTube. I'll have my draft stuff up. So follow the YouTube, youtube.com/inthisleague or twitch.tv/inthisleague. Grab a sub for free to get rid of the dumb ads if you would like to do so. That supports the Twitch to do other things. And that is it, friends. That is all we're going to do. Van Ride, you have a great one. The rest of you guys have a great Saturday. I'm going to finish watching this bad boy and maybe convince myself to go see Superman. I don't know what we'll do. But y'all have a great one. Thanks for hanging out, and talk with you maybe tomorrow for the 2025 MLB draft. Peace, friends.